This imposing mansion was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. Just look at this splendor. Sharp, sinister. This is bleeding edge advanced architecture right here. This house was called the J.B. Slaughterhouse. Slaughter means to kill, to butcher, and to eviscerate. It was built in 1902 and was later demolished. The Slaughterhouse. It sounds like a name I would give to a house. This is the exotic Elizabeth Plankington House. It was built in 1886 or 1889 and was demolished in 1980. A superb little building. Many of these houses I could think of making movies in. Just by looking in it, I already know a story. This large building was a Amsterdam Palace exhibition center. It was later demolished. This sweet mansion was built in the 1800s and later demolished. I like this sort of double round balcony gate at the front. You don't see this kind of stuff anymore. It's almost like the entire house itself is one giant chess piece on a chessboard. This wonderful little castle was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. I can imagine a princess living in this. This superb residence was built in the 1800s and was later demolished as well. This golden hue really adds up to the building's allure. This half-mansion, half-castle was built in the 1800s and survived until today. It was going to be demolished, but it was saved at the last moment and was turned into a housing complex. It is over 130 years old. This house is one of the luckiest houses. This fabulous castle was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. This menacing fortress of a mansion was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. This giant castle was actually an armory. It was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. Look at the size of this thing and the thickness of that tower. This sinister mansion was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. This grandiose-looking house was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. And lastly, we have this. This was an extremely rare lost house. It was built in the 1800s and was later demolished. Look at this person down here. This is presumably the owner of the house. Just look at him and compare his size to the house. This is a very extremely bizarre looking house. I really like this one. Looks like something I would design.